Is retiring a thing of the past if you're not rich? Am I the only person that judges people silently for smoking cigarettes? Let's talk about... Maybe the reason verse and bottom folks take so long to clean out is because of trauma. Let's talk about it, people. It took me a long time to be confident in being the villain in someone else's story. How many people are you following right now on social media just because you think they're cute? That's cap. I won't. You're lying. You're a liar. Get in here. Come here, come here, come here. Yes, it is me, Marlin. Welcome to another episode of Don't Get Me Started, the show where rants on real life can get rowdy respectfully. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Have you ever had a situation, a thought, an idea, something rolling around in your head that you kind of keep in your head, but you never really vocalize? I get those things a lot, and I tend to think about stuff and it'll be in my head for days, a couple of hours, some minutes, depending on the situation, a couple of years, who knows? But I want to bring that to y'all here at Don't Get Me Started. And what I came up with is saying the quiet thing out loud. Yes, all those things that we don't really say, but probably should. Some of them we probably shouldn't. Saying out loud and putting it in the atmosphere. And I wrote a few of them down, and I want to share them with you so we can do a little bit of a rapid fire, Stranger Things, rapid fire type situation, and kind of chop down these topics. Now, I want to preface this by saying I don't need y'all judgment. I don't need y'all looking at me with a side eye with stuff that I got to say. All right, this is a safe space, and I came to talk to you about this as a man. All right, so don't judge me. I am effortlessly charming sometimes, and sometimes I get lost in that. Like, I've had times where I've reflected on the type of person that I am. If you've met me, you know that I am a warm and soft space. I curate myself. Well, curate is a very terrible term because that makes me sound narcissistic, and I'm not. But my upbringing has taught me to be a very kind person. Kind and nice are two totally different things. I want y'all to know that. And to be cool, calm, and collected at all times. And I am very charming. I'm a charming person. But it has made me into a little bit of a people pleaser depending on the situation. And I don't know how I feel about that. And I think that as I've gotten older, I have started to question myself about if I need to be nice to everybody. Like, I'm cool being kind. I'm not really about drama and bullshit like that. So you won't catch me like starting arguments with people or anything like that. But everybody don't deserve the niceness. Everybody should not get it. Thank you. Everybody does not deserve it. And I don't feel like I should give it to everybody. But I don't know how to turn that off. What y'all think? Do y'all have that problem? I don't know. Some of y'all mean. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all mean. I don't know. Anyway, what do you think about that? Do you feel like you're a charming person and sometimes you get lost in being charming? Am I the only one? Drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think about that. Let's talk about... Maybe the reason verse and bottom folks take so long to clean out is because of trauma. Let's talk about it, people. All you gays, theys, and in-betweens out there that participate in the gay butt sex, our obsession with cleanliness, and this is not me confessing to be into scat, all right? So I want everybody to just calm down, pump your brakes, pull your reins. It's all right. We're having a good discussion, okay? The obsession with cleanliness when you are digging in a butt It just seems very interesting to me. I would think that everybody knows the logistics, the ins and outs, as it were, about what we're doing when we participate in anal sex. And for y'all to be so up in arms about a slip up, an accident of sorts, because they do happen, it really has worn me out since I was a young, wee gay lad, because I've been participating in the gay butt sex for a very long time. I am a proud verse man, so that means that I have gotten poked a time or two in my life. Shut up to everybody in the back that's saying this more than a time or two. Fuck y'all. I think that many of us that are participating bottoms in butt sex have been traumatized once or twice, if not personally, by horror stories of how people react when it comes down to some shit. Now, listen, I'm not saying that you should be okay with a full out blowout, because no. I'm just saying that the preparation station, listen, we should all prepare to do our due diligence when we getting ready to get into it, but I need for everybody to calm down if a slip up happens. You can't go around embarrassing people and tearing them down about it and all that shit. Like, calm down. There should be some soap and water nearby if you are participating and getting into the booty do. So pause for the cause, go clean up, refresh, give them a moment to wrench that monkey one more time, do something. But the traumatic response is real, and I think that people get really anxious about having sex in the butt because of that. And I need y'all to be a little kinder to your bottoms, okay? Since we're talking about sex, sometimes I think that thinking about sex is enough. And in some ways, I feel like that's a problem. Follow me. I think that a lot of people get caught up in addictions to porn, which can go into a host of other problems that we might be having, ED, lack of desire to have sex, so forth and so on. But also, I think that more of us think about sex more often than not than we care to admit. And depending on your situation, whether you are single or in a relationship, can cause some sort of disconnect from the other party. I think about how we got alt Twitter, we got all these different porn sites, we got your OnlyFans, Just for Fans, all the other stuff. And if you're looking at this on a regular basis, sometimes you don't need nothing else. And maybe that's just me. I could be the only person that's like watching porn like it's cartoons. I'm not much for masturbation, so I don't necessarily need to jerk off. But other than that, like, thinking about sex is cool, and then I can be done. Or maybe it's just me getting older. I don't know. It was a thought that I think often, right up here, and I don't say it out loud. It took me a long time to be confident in being the villain in someone else's story. And I think that comes from societally, we are taught to be nice people. And we're taught that we're supposed to be nice to folks and we're supposed to be kind all the time and that there shouldn't be any conflict, any friction. We don't want to treat people bad. We don't want people to be mad at us. All this other stuff that makes us this kind of like these caricatures of niceness that are just not realistic, y'all. It's not realistic at all. We can't spend our entire lives being nice because it just don't work like that. And to be perfectly honest, conflict is necessary. In order for us to know where to get on and get off with one another, there's gonna be some conflict. Hard conversations, things that you really don't want to say to one another, creating boundaries, which is a big problem that a lot of us have. I know that I suffer from not being able to set good boundaries with folks. I've been working on that too. But all of this shit, in some shape, form, or fashion, eventually ends up in you being the villain in somebody's story. Especially when we come to talking about romantic relationships, because a lot of us don't want to be the villain in those situations either, even though if we keeping it a buck, come in. A lot of us are villains, and you're just gonna have to deal with that. Because when it comes to romantic relationships, ending things amicably, a lot of y'all don't know how to do it. I just learned how to do it and still haven't executed it successfully as often as I should have in the past. Learning how to end things amicably is not a normal thing, even though it should be. And I think that you should be okay with shit not working out and people not liking you because of it. Because the reality of the matter is that we are all not healed. All of us got work to do. All of us got some shit we need to figure out, fix, and readjust. But we should be patient with each other while we're doing it. All right, hear me out, folks. Am I the only person that judges people silently for smoking cigarettes? Like, in this age of vaping, hookah, and stuff like that, I know it sounds crazy to judge somebody because I love a little hookah every now and then. But there is something about people that still smoke cigarettes that, and mind you, I got some people in my life that I love dearly that still smoke cigarettes. I get the addiction to nicotine and all that shit. But baby, there is something about watching folks light up cigarettes and smoke them actively that's just like, it's a little cringy. It's almost, no, I won't say that. I have a thing about people doing hard drugs in front of people that don't participate in them. Yeah, for those of you that do coke, Tina, a little heroin, all of those hard girls, do that in the privacy of your own home, in your own little corner, in your own little chair with your folks that you do it with. I feel like it's really disrespectful to do it in front of other people. So sue me. I don't care. It ain't never been my thing. Do that on your own time. But yes, I don't think that it's as bad as that, but it still makes me go, yeah, why are you still doing that? Nowadays, it seems so foreign. I don't know. I done got used to smelling strawberries and cream, eucalyptus mint, and cotton candy in the air, and smelling cigarettes just don't work for me. I don't like that either. Is retiring a thing of the past if you're not rich? Let's talk about it. Who really thinks about retiring these days? Who is prepared to retire? I know I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. I'm not gonna act like, I'm not gonna beat myself up for not being prepared either. And because life is hard and this world is fucking crazy. I don't foresee an actual retirement in my future. I see myself having to do some sort of work for the rest of my life, and that kind of sucks because being a millennial, I grew up in an age where we watched our elders actually retire. Some of them were successful, others ended up working anyway, and there is something to be said about being promised something that you feel like you're just not gonna have. And I just don't feel like there's any rest for me in the foreseeable future. Being 41 right now, I'm just like, I remember a time where it was like you look forward to turning 50. Once you turn 50, you can start thinking about retiring. And I don't see that happening. Outside costs money. Every time you step out the door, it costs money to step out the door. And it's just, it's tired. It's terrible. I hate it. But it's a thing. And so many of us don't even have homes, as in own property. I don't even know if people are really prepared to have homes. Who can save up money for a house if you ain't rich and got money like that? And I just feel like if you're not rich, are you really gonna retire? And mind you, don't get it twisted. Like I feel like there are people out there, but an abundance of people that are ready for retirement and going to retire, I don't know. How many people are you following right now on social media just because you think they're cute? Come on, be honest, be honest. You probably can't even count it, can you? You can't even count it. I think that I feel like even when you got somebody, everybody's in this perpetual dating cycle. Like everybody, you get friend requests and stuff like that. I've been guilty of getting a friend request and looking at your pictures. And if you're like pleasing to the eye, you'll get through. If not, I probably need to do a little more research. And I know I'm not the only one, so please don't try to play me. I know, especially folks that have I was gonna say over 1,000, but I feel like it's even lower than that, because let's be real, y'all. You don't truly know 1,000 people in your life right now. You don't. So get out of here with the bullshit. That's cap. You're lying. You're a liar. I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. And if you are, get down in the comments and tell me. Stand 10 toes down and tell me that you don't add people just because they're cute, because I know you do. I know you do. Lying ass. So I have a confession to make. I'm a passenger prince. And I'm just getting comfortable admitting that. That's right. I know, y'all, we had a whole conversation when Babe was on here. Hey, Babe. And he talked about me not having my driver's license. I don't have it. I haven't had it. I'm 41. It's been a long time. And I'm going to get one. But it was a light bulb moment for me where I was like, you just throw your money and show up. And that's all I do. It's all I've been doing. Family, friends, my lover, sure have. Just, I'm a passenger prince. I'm good at it. I've perfected it a bit. And also, if I'm being honest, I feel some kind of way about that, because it put me on this rabbit hole of overthinking where I was like, am I doing enough? I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like it led me into a space of being a little bit insecure about my contributions to relationships around me, and even my romantic relationship, because I'm like, hey, when it comes to, it's terrible. When it comes to driving and stuff like that, you just get in the car and you just sit back, relax, and let yourself go. I need you to do a little bit better, Marlin. So, yes, for all of you that have been holding me accountable about getting my license and all that jazz, keep it coming, because y'all have been doing it. You know who you are. Getting older really does have you set in your ways about shit. I used to hear people say a lot as I was growing up that, you too young to be set in your ways. But baby, now that I've gotten older and into my 40s now, it's some shit I just won't budge on. I just won't do it. It's some stuff I just can't see myself doing, and I won't do it because I'm not gonna. So I really want children. Baby wants children too. We both want kids, and we have this plan set out. We have a time frame. If it hasn't happened at that point, then we can just wrap it up in white light and give it away. But I said all that to say, thinking about that and thinking about having children and coming this far, not having children, it's like, are you gonna be able to do that? Because there's a lot of stuff that I enjoy about my life right now that I have the liberties to do because I don't have anyone else to look after besides myself and my man. I don't know if I'm ready to give it up. I don't want to do it yet. And I know there's a part of me that's battling that, but ultimately, no, I don't know. There's certain stuff that I just don't want to do. I want to be able to get up and go when I'm ready to get up and go. I want to sit around and lounge around and do absolutely nothing, though I don't like to do that often. But I do like the luxury of being able to do so. What are some of the things that you have settled down on, that you set in your ways about, that you refuse to get up? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. After you come out of the closet and become proud of who you are, anybody on any level lower than that will irritate your soul. Now, disclaimer for this. I don't judge or look down on people that have yet to come out as it pertains to being queer, trans, or anything of the like. I don't, because it took some time for me to realize that we're all on our own separate journeys, our own life paths, and we all progress differently. We got different circumstances and shit like that. So everybody is not always going to be where I am in their life when it comes to being free, when it comes to being out or anything like that. But when it comes to the evolution of people, like when I look at people that are not as understanding, people that have a hard time accepting people for who they are when it comes to matters that they don't have any control over, that shit kind of irritates me. It irritates me a lot because, especially in this day and age when it comes to social media and shit like that, a lot of y'all get your panties in a bunch about shit that ain't got nothing to do with you, and you could just be kind and allow people to be who they are. It's just that easy. But you mofos that just don't have space for nothing else in your life, I can't. Irritates the hell out of me. Bigotry, racism, shit like that irritates my soul. I can't do any of that. Becoming comfortable with me has been a long road, and I refuse to step back for anybody. I'm not doing it so the girls can give it up. It's just not happening. I feel like after 4 years of Trump, the desire to have celebrities speak out on our national and international affairs has increased. And I often wonder what impact and results we expect to occur for them doing so. I just had a conversation about this with my best friend, my brother, about how we expect celebrities to fight for us or speak out on situations of a global scale. And I'm still kind of on the fence about how I feel about that, simply because I often ask myself, what benefits would we reap from people in higher statuses simply speaking the words that the general public is speaking? So many people ask their faves to speak out on different situations, and I could be ignorant to the effects and results of these things. I don't know. There's a lot of pressure that celebrities get, some bigger celebrities than others, to speak out, and when folks don't speak out, people are really pissed about it. And granted, I do realize the effects of having your faves speak on situations that you hold near and dear to your heart, because there is a sense of camaraderie and feeling like the people that we support us. So I'm not lost on that idea. What gets murky for me is when and if these celebrities speak out on these things, what is the expectation after that? Because I feel like a lot of us are crying for change and wanting change desperately. And we feel like celebrities have this power to speak out and change things. And it just, I guess I look at it from a space of, if they're not going to listen to us and we're on the ground, what is this celebrity saying something going to do about it? And bringing awareness is one thing. Absolutely. I definitely get that. Bringing light to a situation to folks that would probably never pay attention to it if their faves hadn't said anything about it. Definitely a thing. And maybe that's something that we need to see more of, to see that type of change happen, that type of cause and effect. Because as my brother stated to me, there are a lot of things that people just would not know about if somebody else that they actually pay attention to hadn't said it. So maybe that's it, but it's still something that rolls around in my head. It makes me go, I wonder. It's a quiet thing that I don't often say out loud. So listen, y'all, there it is. Quiet things that we need to say out loud. I'll probably do this again because it's fun to sit down and have conversations with you about some heavy and some trivial things like this. I think that it's super dope. Let me know how y'all feel about it down in the comments. Listen, you can find me on social media on all the platforms. All of those links are going to be down below in the description. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Sweet Talkers Network. Somebody on fire, y'all, and I need them to hurry up and pass so I can finish my video. But listen, don't forget, if you have any comments, concerns, questions, you want advice, don't forget to hit me up at askdgms@gmail.com. That is askdgms@gmail.com. In these conversations, the possibilities are endless, but the focus should always be intentional. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in again. And until next time, peace out.